Hello, so if you know Remnant, the builds that should work will not work, and the builds that should be silly stupid will always work. I don't know, that's like a given almost. So how does this work? Well, you have the detonation trigger and you'll be using it to deal a lot of damage over time, but it's going to be a short damage over time period. Now, I made a video with the damage over time on the ritualist, but apparently they haven't fixed the bug where the ritualist class does less damage over time because of his trait. I don't know. It will get fixed at some point. But that means if you use other archetypes except the ritualist to deal damage over time, it will be better. So what is the basis of this? Is of course the Meridian. Okay, let's look at the other stuff. You'll be needing Archon, Chaos Gate, Flamethrower with the Engineer. And over here we have the elemental damage, range, crit chance, health. The Sparkfire, of course, because it's one of the best. Now this setup for the Sparkfire is actually one of the best setups you can use in almost any build. Song of Air, Fear, Fetid Wounds, especially one that doesn't require your main gun. Now the thing is that I think this will get patched, or I'm not sure if this is working as intended. It's not as crazy as it can be, but it's a bit amazing. So as you can see, you deal a lot of damage, but the damage you deal is actually a lot higher. I just have to show you so you understand. So this does 100-500 damage per shot, which is a bit crazy, right? So how does this work? Well, let's break it down a little bit. So that's only 5,000 damage, right? So how does it work? Well, you just have to leave it for 2 seconds to act. Because the damage over time I think it's a little bit busted. I don't know what's happening here, but one magazine of this gun is 9,000 damage if you just leave it enough time to act. So let's go over all of the modifiers and why does this work like this. Well, the Band of the Fanatic is not my favorite trinket because it's actually a nerf of the damage. As you can see, it's basically, let's say 100 per 1 second, but if you apply it, it's more or less the same thing. You get a slight buff to the damage, but overall the duration is reduced, so you deal less damage overall if you just leave it to tick until it stops, right? And you have this thing over here which actually works as it says. It will apply the less damage effect, but it also reduces the damage a little bit. And then we just have more mod generation, because why not? It's going to be crazy. Now, I know what you're thinking, why not just use the Engineer as the primary archetype? Well, simply put, our damage comes from damage over time, so you don't really benefit from dealing more damage as raw damage, and you don't benefit from shooting faster because you need to wait about 2 seconds between the shots, so it's kind of a wasted potential. And guess what? Mod generation is so much better for this one. So keep this in mind, and also let's look at what happens when you shoot one of these. I cannot explain it, it doesn't make sense. What I assume is happening is one explosion applies 2 burning stacks, which basically burn for 1 second or something like that. And I guess they just get overwritten, so this huge damage that gets dealt over time actually will last between 2 and 3 seconds. I don't know, it's weird. I don't want to do all of this math because math is boring. But that's exactly how it works. So let's test that again in case you didn't see it. Does it have to make sense? No, it just has to work. Also, I was thinking, what if this applies the same effect? And it does apply the same effect, so this will apply burning 2 times. So basically the flamethrower turret has the same effect as the detonation trigger. So as you can imagine, it's a little crazy, but did you also know that you can buff the damage of the turret by simply activating your skill like this? Yeah, it's a little bit crazy. I will not be using this skill a lot because it actually, you take more damage with it, but let's go test it out. It's crazy, it shouldn't work like this, it's definitely something bugged. Okay, so let's slow down the boss a little bit. Put the turret up. As you can see, it always gets 2 stacks of burn. I'm just waiting for my turret to start shooting at the enemy, but the turret is not cooperating with me. Come on, turret, work with me. Okay, now it's working. Shoot at the boss turret, okay. As you can see, it gets 3 stacks of fire, so that's why I said you can only get to max of 3. This time let's go a bit overboard. And let's put them instantly in front of the turret. Not today. Maybe tomorrow. He will hit me with that. So the damage is insane. I think this kind of auto-damages the other builds I've tried lately. And okay, so let's test this out a little bit. Let's use the full thing. Just melted those elites. That's the highest amount of DPS I've seen in a very long time. Let's see how fast it ticks. Oh yeah, that's actually super good. I cleared them so fast you didn't see they were there. And this one is actually killed super fast by the turret as well, so the damage over time is incredible. Okay, let's deal with this particular group. Now you do have to use the Song of Aether in front of the turret for maximum effect like this. Oh, there is the big guy itself. No, I hate you, go away. Yeah, even against armor, the damage over time is solid. And the Song of... I don't know. This is probably one of the best synergies overall in the game. I mean, I like my other builds like the 90% 100% crit build as well, but this is... The Riggs build is very strong, but this is also very much close to it, because look at this, it's... Nothing survives. Okay, so let's try it also against these big boys over here at long range, but... Yeah, we probably have to stagger our hits a little bit. Oh no, we're not going to stagger anything. Full force. Yeah, you can just create a choke point with the turret and the Song of Aether, and you can just focus on the main enemy or the boss or whatever is in front of you. Oh, one of them got through. Oh. So yeah, as you can see, because we deal the damage over time, doesn't really matter at what range they are, because they'll still take all of the damage, basically. Oh, this is so cool. It's such a cool build. I'm actually happy I found it. It's so easy. This area would pose problems to so many builds and so many other, I don't know, so many other different approaches to the game, but this is just too easy. I think it will get nerfed because you can just create a choke point anywhere on the map if you have a little bit of a space, and then just the turret will destroy everything because of the Song of Aether, so this has a lot more utility than I originally thought. Anyway, it's fun, try it, see you next time, bye bye.